everyone. Today, Kexin and me, Wanrong, want to present our assignment 3, Teaching Plan. Our teaching plan is about how to write an article about English learning habits. First of all, let's have a look at the analysis of the students. There are a group of 20 sports staff members. The group is mixed gender. The students are aged 25 to 35 and are intermediate level users of English. And our faculty has 90 minutes to teach students about this topic. Okay, next page. This page is our material that we should ask students to read before writing their own articles. The material background is that your school is recently starting a new column in the school newspaper to talk about good habits for learning English. Here is the first article published in the column. And then the material content is good learning habits. It's useful and necessary to discuss learning habits. As we all know, good learning habits can make your study go to succeed. As a student, we should pay more attention to our habits which we can develop in our study. Paragraph 2. I'm sure repeat is a best habit. Do you develop the habit? If we want to improve our study, we should repeat what the teachers taught us again and again, and then we can understand or remember the knowledge which the teachers demand us to master. How to develop the habits? The first step, set a timetable and stick to carry out the plan. Don't stop. The paragraph 3. When I do my homework, I often make mistakes with carelessness. How to overcome the shortage? I think I should think about it over and over as long as I do my homework, and then I do it little by little. Maybe in this way I can correct my mistakes. In the end, the request for the material is, please write an article about English learning habits basing on your own learning experience. Now, let's turn to our teaching content, how to write an article about English learning habits. We have 3 teaching objectives. The first one is knowledge objective. Students will get familiar with the topic of English learning. The second one is ability objective. Students will be able to give suggestions on English learning through writing. The third one is emotional objective. Students will realize that there are various ways but no shortcuts for learning English. Okay, that's all for my part. Let's welcome my partner Kexin continue to do our presentation about the major steps in our teaching plan.
Hello, I'm Zhang Kexin. My part is the main steps of the teaching plan. The first step is warming up for 5 minutes. In this part, we will show students the latest school newspaper and tell them that there is a new column about English learning. Second, ask them to image themselves as the editor of the newspaper and decide what theme should be for the next issue. Finally, divide them in groups of 4 to have a discussion and then invite 2 groups to tell the class their ideas and reasons. The purpose of this is setting a situation for the students to think initiatively and will stimulate students' interest and help students learn well. The second step is pre-writing, which takes 25 minutes. In this part, we first tell students that the real editor has already decided to talk about good habits for English learning, and one of the students' works has already been chosen to publish. Show them the chosen article and ask them to enjoy it together. Next, invite 2 students to summarize the article, then analyze it together. In part 1, The author talks about why it is important to form a good habit. In part 2, the author presents his argument that repeat is a good habit. In part 3, the author states his reasons. Then ask students to have a discussion on do you have any good habit of learning English, or do you know anyone who got a good habit? After the discussion, ask students to state their ideas and make a list of them, such as repeating, reading English novels, watching English movies, listening to English songs, and so on. Thus, the model article can serve as a reference for them to write another one, and the discussion is supposed to bring out their own idea about this topic. The third step is well writing, which takes 30 minutes. In this part, we ask them to write down their ideas about good habits for English learning. Then, while writing, ask them to pay attention to the spelling, grammar, and logic of sentence. With all the preparation for pre-writing part, students will be able to write down their essay fast. In this step, students can practice how to organize their words, and they will learn to express their ideas logically. The fourth step is poster writing, which takes 25 minutes. In this step, it is divided into two parts, editing and display and evaluation. The first is editing. It is also divided into two parts. First, self-editing. The teacher will give students a short time to go through their writing to correct mistakes in spelling and grammar. Second, peer editing. Students will exchange their passage with each other and correct mistakes in spelling and grammar. They can also give suggestions about polishing with each other. One is the display and evaluation. The teacher will invite some students to share their passage to the whole class and get other students to evaluate these passages. Then the teacher will make a conclusion. Through these activities, students will regulate their language and work out better ideas or expressions, and they will improve their writing skill. Besides, they will be more willing to share their ideas in public and learn from each other. The fifth step is summary and homework. The time is 5 minutes. First is to summarize. We ask students to act as an assistant teacher to conclude what we have learned in this class, and then make a summary together. Reviewing the important knowledge in this lesson can deepen students' impression and form good study habits. Then assign homework. Retell the passage after the class. Search more information about English learning habits and share with others next class. Retelling can help students sort out the course content, while the task of collecting information can help students actively explore more knowledge and information. The teaching plan is over here. Thank you very much for listening.